Hey everyone, welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and this is
Luke Smith.
And what are we here for?
Specter Ops.
That's right, we're going to start our playthrough. And Luke is the agent. Tell everyone what agent you are going to be playing as, Luke.
I'm not going to tell you.
That's right, the agent is a secret. He's got it hidden here, face down, along with the 3 equipment items that he chose. But what isn't a secret is the hunters that we're using, right?
Yes.
And I had you guys vote on which one, or at least one of them. And the one that got the most votes was the Prophet. So we have that one here as one of the hunters, and then I was going to pick the next hunter, and I picked my favorite. I love the Beast. I think the miniature looks cool. I like his effects. So we've got those 2 hunters going after the agent. And the agent marks all their information here on the board. Luke has already rolled the dice and put down the locations of the 4 objectives, and you'll see those in closer detail in just a moment here. But you're also going to start with the first turn, right? Recording your move to the first location.
Yeah.
Luke's got this here on a board, all right? He's just going to keep that away from me. I normally recommend, if you want, Luke, go ahead and mark your turn right now.
Okay.
I normally recommend that the agents sit on just one end of the table, and that way there's no chance of someone really seeing what they're marking down on their pad. But in this case, Luke's just going to be very careful, and I'm not going to cheat because cheaters are jerks. Got your movement marked down?
Yeah.
Want to tell us where you are?
No.
No, part of the secret. Okay, let's go to the table, and I'll plan out where the hunters are going to go. Now, for the start of the game, most of the action is going to happen up here, isn't it, Luke?
Yeah.
Because this is where you're going to be entering into the board, and we're going to try to catch you, hopefully, up here somewhere. But I wanted to show you guys this area of the board as well, just so you know where the objectives are. We have one all the way down here. I like that because it's so far away. And then we have one here, here, and actually there's one really super close, which I kind of think is going to be pretty tempting to you, Luke.
Says who?
Well, you think he might go here first? It'll be interesting to see what he does. Because he only has to complete 3 of them. So he could completely ignore this objective, or because it's so far away, he may just try to go for it thinking, I won't think he's going to go for it. Who knows? We're going to find out. All right, now this is where the game really begins, up here on the top edge of the board. Luke started in space, was it N1?
Yes.
And you can move up to 4 spaces, which means you could even move 0 spaces. Luke, you could still be on N1.
Maybe I am.
I don't think he is. He's probably somewhere, though, within this grid of spaces, which would encompass all of the spaces up to 4 away. So what I need to decide now is which objective do I think he's going for? And these are the 2 closest ones. So I want to position myself able to run to either of them, just in case. And I'm going to have to figure that out as I go. But the first thing I do need to do is put our hunters in the vehicle. Now, one of them I'm going to put in the driver's seat. Let's see.
Not the Beast.
No, probably not the Beast. His hairy hands probably are not as good at holding the driving wheel. I'll put the Prophet there. Now, of course, it doesn't really matter where you put them in the vehicle, but I'm going to say that the Prophet is driving. And I think what I'll actually do is my first turn is have the hunter hop out of the vehicle right here. And then his turn's over, because once you get out of the vehicle, you're done. I'm going to have the Prophet move, driving the vehicle 1, 2, 3. I think I'll stop here. I want to be able to see this street and this street. And that way, we've got line of sight in both of those directions. Now, one of the nice things about the movement pad is Luke doesn't have to spend a lot of time looking at the board. Once he knows where my figures are, then he can spend all of his time looking at the movement pad, which doesn't give me any visual cues as to what he's thinking about doing or preparing. For myself, I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to put that vehicle. Sometimes keeping it back towards the middle of the board is a little better because it allows your hunters to race back to it more quickly. But in this case, well, I pushed a little farther forward. We'll see if that works out. You all set?
Yeah.
Oh, you're ready, are you? Okay, well, I'll go back to the table and see where the hunters are going to go next. So Luke has moved once again, which means the variables of where he could be has jumped. I'm not comfortable with that, so I'm going to have the Prophet activate the motion detector on the vehicle.
Oh.
And now Luke's going to...
Great.
Yeah, this isn't good for you, is it? And I want to do this before I have the Beast run around on the hunt. I want to have some sense of where Luke is. So relative to the vehicle, where are you?
Let's see, northwest.
Oh, that's a big clue. Northwest means Luke is somewhere within this box here, which means I'm guessing he's going for this objective and not the one that was farther away.
Maybe.
Well, I think you are, and that's good news for me. Now, one thing we didn't do at the end of the hunter's last movement is I didn't ask Luke, can we see you or not? Because I assumed we couldn't. But Luke, presumably you would have told me if we could have seen you before, right? Yeah. So I have to remember after moving this time to check. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces. Now I have another space I can move to, but I like this. I can see down this corridor here and here as well. Luke, can I see you?
No.
All right, well, I only moved 3 spaces, so that gives me a benefit. I can use my enhanced senses and ask Luke, Luke, are you within 4 spaces of me? Now, this is an ability that the Beast has. Are you within 4? And I am on position G13.
No.
Okay, so Luke is probably over here somewhere, but not quite within 4 spaces. Lucky Luke. Now, I had to give up the Prophet's movement in order to use that motion detector. But that was well worth it because it gave some direction for where I could send the Beast. And now we're drawing the net in pretty early on, which makes me feel confident. I like that. Luke, are you all set?
Yes.
You are, okay.
But there was a last scene token.
Oh, I like this even better. So that means that the agent has crossed line of sight of one of my hunters here. Let's go to the table and see where.
My agent was last seen on G9.
Oh, the Beast loves this. Almost snack time.
Also, I have another announcement.
Okay.
I will be completing the objective next round.
Now, the only reason Luke is announcing this is because the players picked the Prophet as a hunter, and it has the precognition ability, which states that the agent now has to announce the turn before they plan to complete an objective. So that means Luke is probably sitting on one of these spaces adjacent to the objective, which should make him even easier to find. I want to have the Prophet go first this time as well and just drive the vehicle back 2 spaces and I think hop out here. I'm not really trying to have this hunter join the Beast over here trying to track down the agent. I just want to be prepared because once Luke completes this objective, he's going to want to get out of this area pretty quickly, I think. And we'll probably have to cross over this street well, he's going to have to cross this street or this street eventually. So being here gives me line of sight. And now I have to make a decision about the Beast. Now, if I move to this space, I'll be able to see all the way down here and all the way up here, but I don't think Luke would have moved to either of these. So I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble. I think he's sitting at F10. So I'm going to move the Beast 1, 2, 3. So Luke, can I see you?
Nope.
I can't see you?
Nope.
Now hold on now. What have I missed? Now, oh, you know what? No. Well, if Luke was on F12, I couldn't have seen him from G13.
Yep.
And then I would have walked right past and through you, and I still wouldn't be able to see you by being here.
So you're saying maybe I was there?
Well, that just seems crazy. I'm not sure if you could actually, but I could count and see if you could get there, but that seems just bizarre. But and clever. I have to give that to you. No, oh, you know what? I only moved 3 spaces. Let me do my sniff test. Can I smell you? Are you within 4 spaces?
Yes.
Figures. Now, I just checked, and it is possible within the time frame that Lucas had to have moved from N1 to F12. But there's another option as well. There is an agent with a special ability that can activate objectives up to 2 spaces away. So if Luke has that agent, that's another way he could be sort of hiding nearby and staying out of my line of sight. I don't know. But either way, he's eluded us so far. Luke, are you all set?
Yes.
Okay, so what's going to happen on your turn?
Flip over the objection.
The objection? Yes, I object. I do object to this. The objective has been completed, and that happens at the start of Luke's turn. So Luke will have also moved. Did you do your movement as well?
Yeah.
And did you pass line of sight?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, no. So now it's almost like a blank slate. Although, remember, we do have the Prophet set up here to hopefully be able to catch him if he crosses over one of those streets. But now I gotta go back to the table and plan out what I'm gonna do. Well, I'm not gonna do much with the Prophet here because I still wanna maintain line of sight up this street and this one. I might move it 1 space over. How about that? Because I can still see up the street here.
Oh, wow.
It's the lazy Prophet. So lazy, in fact, we can't use his post-cognition ability, which would allow us to know where the agent was 2 turns ago, but honestly, that wouldn't be very helpful anyway. All right, so what I'm gonna do with the Beast, I think, is move it 1, 2, 3 spaces to C13, because I have a suspicion that Luke is somewhere on this row here, and maybe even up in here. Let's see if I'm right. Luke, do I see you?
Nope.
I don't see you. Okay, I only moved 3 spaces. I'm gonna use my senses again. Do I smell you? Are you within 4 spaces of C13?
Yes.
You are, okay. So just to give you a sense of that, that means Luke is somewhere like within this block here. Interesting. The agent has to be so close at this point. The beast is frothing at the mouth, but still not within my line of sight, so I can't attack. Are you...
Yes.
You finished your move. Okay, so are we getting a clue?
Yes, I passed your line of sight.
All right, let's go to the table and see where.
Last seen token is moving over here.
Okay, so that means you did pass by the prophet.
Yes.
You might even have passed by the beast, but you only have to mark the last seen location.
Yeah.
This is a good spot to have placed it, honestly, because that means you could have gone to here or to here, and we have no way of knowing. Very tricky. Well, Luke, you've been evading us so far.
So far?
Yes, so far. Actually, he just slipped through our fingers again. So he may be on the loose for a while yet. And I have to give Luke some credit. He's had a bit of a cold he's been suffering with, and still, very sharp mind at work here. And that's why I need your sharp minds. I'm going to ask you in the comments below. Propose a suggestion for one of these hunters, where they should move, what abilities they should use, if any. Even consider giving a backup suggestion for what the other hunter should then do based on that outcome. Obviously, you won't be able to plan everything perfectly because maybe once you move a hunter, we'll finally get to see Luke. But just give a general overall strategy. As I say, put that in the comments below. If you like what someone's written, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like it, propose your own suggestion, and maybe someone will vote for that. Whichever one gets the most votes, that's what we'll come back and do. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Until the next episode, thanks for watching.